Hello everyone, and welcome to the premiere of this love reading that we do every Wednesday. This is the Twin Flame Soulmate or Karmic love reading. This is Divine Debut 11 and I am Kathy. Now is the 17th of September of 2025, so we're 4 days away from the new moon, the solar eclipse in Virgo, which is going to be opposite Saturn who's entered Pisces. As you know, this is a general reading and may or may not resonate for all of you. Thank you all for your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, and your love always. A special thanks to our patrons that keep this channel afloat. We're using the Twin Flame Journey Tarot today, the Romance Angels. We're using the Mystic Moon Oracles. This is the 3D Tarot. We may be taking some La Vera Sibilla as well, and the Wisdom of the Oracle. Stay tuned till the end and we'll be taking our handwritten love messages today. You may comment, yes please, if you want a personal love message. Give me a little bit of time. I've got a couple of things that I need to get to. A couple of people that are waiting on their readings, so give me a couple of days, I'll get back to all of you. Let's see what's going on as the moon has just entered Leo. We'll connect with Venus in Leo, who is also in a positive flowing sextile aspect to Mars from Libra. Let's see what's going on in love. We are in between eclipses, so it is a very fated time. Anything could be happening. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you always, and we're in the chat with you as we do usually every Wednesday. Let's see. I hope to get this reading out to you before our little kitty, our new found friend that came in our car engine. I don't know where she came from, but she came to us, and she's going to start asking for me, asking for attention. So while she's quiet and having a nap, let's take this reading. Let's go. And we've got the star. Beautiful. The star is Aquarius, of course. It's a wish fulfillment, possibly. You may be hearing something off the grapevine. This is the energy of Uranus, but also Kronos, Saturn. Remember, Aquarius is ruled by both. The ancient ruling planet of Aquarius is Saturn, and then Uranus, since Uranus was discovered way later. So, and let's see what's going on. We're doing a Celtic cross. This is a card of hope. It is a card of truth. It's a card of the real truth. As you can see, she's in her birthing suit. Aquarius usually doesn't lie, whether their truths hurt or not, that's a different subject. But you know, you'll always get the truth from Aquarius. You may be dealing with someone that holds that energy, or well, the moon is transiting through Leo, as I said, in a few days, obviously, after, of course, the solar eclipse. As the moon transits through Aquarius, there could be a time of connection, a time of messaging, an email, a message comes in, something that may give you hope, something that will bring truth. Remember, Aquarius is also about being detached, looking at more intelligent ways of breaking out, breaking free, breaking through. Uranus is going backwards in Gemini, so he's in good aspect to Aquarius. That helps the information come in. Let's see. And this could be a message that comes during the night as we see the stars are out. Let's see what's going on in this either twin flame, soulmate, or karmic connection. Incredible. Seven of Swords. Deception and strategy. For me, this is a secretive connection. There is strategy. If it's not a secretive connection, then someone is trying to hold back on their truth, on their true emotions. There's been stealth, there's been sneakiness, possibly third parties. Let's see what the challenge is. The Death card, which means something needs to fall away. The challenge is the movement, the transition. We know Scorpio in the Death card. Scorpio is a fixed water sign, so change doesn't come easy for Scorpio individuals. It is a major arcana. We're already talking about fixed energies. Aquarius, Scorpio, they are fixed signs. Change doesn't come easy. So the challenge is transition after an ending. Maybe something was revealed or something is being revealed. What is crowning? Ten of Wands, heavy burdens. Whatever is going to be revealed, this transition is in challenge because there's a heavy burden, but there is an ending. Ten of Wands also is an ending. The ending of stealth, trickery, lies, deception, tactics, swords, right? Swords, they are the mind. They are the intelligence. And Aquarius is a very intelligent sign. So I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius. Of course, Scorpio would be someone that's very secretive and therefore not sharing with you what's going on. But what may be revealed here will be like the light bulb coming on. This turns into the Ace of Wands. So maybe an opportune moment to find out what was hidden, what was kept from you. And the strategy may be about change, right? If there is a third party, you could be dealing with someone that's going through an ending of a third party situation and then not sharing that with you. They could be carrying a heavy burden, unless this is what you are holding back on relative to a relationship. At the foundation is the moon, so there is a lot of lies, deception, a lot of secrecy about, it could be your personal life or it could be the person you're hoping to manifest. What's really going on in their emotions, in their psyche? What do they fear? What do you fear? The moon is a deep connection. It could be also a very secretive connection. Recent past, and it speaks to illusions. Remember, illusions are not seen clearly, so maybe there's distrust because we don't have the information. And maybe there's been an ending which is very heavy and difficult for you. But there's a transition which is burdensome right now. Let's look at the recent past. Page of Wands, excitement and curiosity. There may have been an exchange of some messages, some news recently, but it's only a page. Pages are naive, they're youthful, they're playful. Now, Page of Wands, of course, could be a messenger about a new journey, a possible new journey opening up. Remember, Page of Wands is all about that desire. The could be very sexual as well. More sexual messages back and forth if there's been communication. Otherwise, maybe it could be now. I mean, this is the recent past position. But remember, the Ace of Wands that the page holds is also up here. Maybe there's been a message that's been kept from you, information kept from you, that someone's carrying a heavy burden, possibly not sharing what's going on in their life. But this could show up, I suppose, at some point, right, where there could be some revelations, because, of course, it speaks to deception and strategy. Hush, this is hush-hush information. This could also be, for some of you, information that will be shared, and therefore the light bulb coming on about someone going through a transition in their life relative to love. Could be another commitment, another connection. Let's look at the near future. Six of Swords, tranquility ahead. Six of Swords, of course, could speak to physical distance, but it can also say that the communication will be better, or even the perception of what's going on. Now, because we've got the 7 and then the 6 of swords, it's like we're taking a step back. Now, the outer planets are retrograding, so yes, we're going backwards, revising, re-looking at situations. You may be revisiting an old situation which could be burdensome at this time. There are things that will be revealed, but in the near future, it promises, it shows that there could be, that you're moving towards calmer waters, and that there's tranquility and more equality where your perception, your exchange of messages, information is concerned. This could possibly speak to travel as well. Let's look at the position of you. You have the King of Cups, emotional mastery. You know what you want. The King of Cups is a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces. We've got the Death card here as well. You know what you want. You've come to the point of holding the energy of this King of Cups, and it speaks to emotional mastery, of course. Now, we're not reading reversals, so there is a possibility that your emotions are all over the place. You may be waiting on a mature emotional offer. If this is your person, if we're talking about a water sign, someone that holds strong water, they may also have some air in their chart, where they fluctuate from being a more emotionally open to a more cold individual, where they look at things from a logical standpoint. Now, we've got the moon here, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio as well. So if this is your person, then their mind is on you. Energetically, they're with you. Let's look at the environment around you. It could be your person, the person you're hoping to connect with, or if there are others involved here, they could be showing up in this position. We've got the Two of Cups, divine partnership. So logically, Two of Cups we know is a soulmate connection. Of course, it's two people wanting the same thing, emotionally being at a point of trying to find the balance if there is an imbalance. Now, the emotions should be flowing with the Two of Cups, but as I said, we're not reading reversals, so we will see. I mean, if this is your person, obviously they feel the same, but they may be hiding that from you. You know, the Two of Cups could also be a contract that another contract that your person is in. As I said, we're not reading reversals, so we will see, because this is talking about, it could be talking about an agreement or a disagreement, whether it's with you or whether it's someone else that they're involved with. Just plainly looking at it, your person does have feelings for you. Let's see what's on their mind, or could be what they're thinking, or this could be your hopes or your fears. Yeah, this is fears. With the Devil, there's an obsession. The Devil does speak to secret love affairs, third parties, you know, a certain love connection that may feel karmic, that you've been in cycles again and again, unless this is a karmic cycle that could be coming to an end after lessons learned after a long time, because the Devil does speak to obsession. It speaks to Saturnian energies of karma, a lot of karma that needed to be worked through, blockages, limitations, out of bounds. Remember that this is a Capricorn card. The Devil is a Capricorn card, and Capricorn holds the 10th natural house in the zodiac, which is what we're trying to manifest, what we're trying to reach, or even, you know, how people see us. Now, of course, someone here may be having addictive behaviors, or taking anything that they are addicted to. This could be addicted to sex as well, addictions to sex. as well, because there's an obsession here. And remember, in the devil, we see two people that are chained at the hip. So obviously this would be a fear. And we've got a little visitor here. There are fears, but you know, the Capricorn is also at the highest part of the chart, which is what someone's trying to manifest, possibly at a mature age or in the given time that Chronos Saturn permits. So it could be that at this time there are blockages and limitations. Remember, Saturn has re-entered, has gone back to Pisces, as Pisces is the 12th house, and again can speak to what goes on behind closed doors, bed pleasures, secret love affairs, a lot of karma that's playing out, possible endings as well, karmic payback, working through and releasing a past situation, which could be an ex, for all I know. I don't know if it's on your side or their side or both sides, but the devil has shown up here. So whenever the devil comes through, we know it's something that's very unhealthy, but it's also a lot about getting over those fears, getting over the obsession, and doing the work that you're meant to do, right? Because this is heavy karma that someone is carrying, and your person may also feel that they are obsessed with you, but you're blocked from them for whatever the reason. This could speak to heavy responsibilities. You know, it's a card of maturity, and someone that's more mature, they've got responsibilities, they work a lot, for instance, or they've got responsibilities to another family, they're a parent, right? 10th house, many times, for me, it rules the father. Some astrologers say it's the mother, the 10th house. Whoever holds the position of going out and earning the bread and bringing it home to the 4th house, which would be the parent that stays home. So what is the possible outcome? The 10 of Swords, painful ending. Now, we don't know who this painful ending is, obviously, but we've got a couple of 10s here. Now, of course, we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, where Saturn is now. And remember, the 10 of Swords is not the worst card. The 9 of Swords would be a tougher, a harder energy, because that's, you know, all night, you're up all night, you're looking at everything, your head is going around and around, you're dizzy with thoughts, with negative thinking. This is the worst case scenario that's coming to an end. Remember, it turns into the Ace of Swords. But I feel that with eclipses are faded events, and without the lunar eclipse, we can't have that solar eclipse, right? So we've got an ending, which is the lunar eclipse, which eclipses are never easy, but they're faded events. They're very karmic. It's your karma or your dharma, whatever you're working through. A lunar eclipse and a total, right, means that there's total darkness, but then the light comes back on. That was blocked by the earth, as the earth was between the sun and the moon, the full moon, right? And then the light comes on. So at some point, because eclipses can play out for months, the solar eclipse will take, precedence. Solar eclipse is the light. It is a new seed, but it's going to be in opposition to Saturn. So there's something that's sort of opposing this Two of Cups, this romantic connection that needs to be tended to. There's some unfinished business. Maybe it's Saturn in Pisces. Maybe Saturn is still asking that you work through any karma. Remember, Neptune is in Aries still, and is going to go back to Pisces as well, and that's his rulership. But that's where the North Node is as well, and that's what we need to follow. So Saturn is, because Neptune can dissolve the batteries. Neptune can dissolve the boundaries of Saturn and the limitations and the restrictions through believing, right? Neptune is connection to spirit. It's a spiritual connection. You could be in a spiritual connection and you've got a karmic still in your energy. That's not going to work. You need to do the work. You need to release anything toxic and anything addictive that you've been in. And if you've been in a cycle again and again and again and again with the same person and it's not happening, maybe you need to think about it again, because we've got a painful ending here. That is the potential outcome. But remember, it turns into the Ace of Swords, which is a victory card. It's a card of release, clearing out, speaking truth. It is a card of victory, whatever the victory means for you. Because if you've been dragging those, that ball and chain for years, it's time to release. Release and see what happens. Now remember, this is an energetic read. We read for many of you, so this is not a personal reading. If you're interested in a personal reading so that we could see what could possibly be happening for you, then reach out. divinedebut11.net, and everything is beneath the video, all the links. So what's at the bottom? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, Destined Opportunities. So this painful ending will bring destined opportunities. Another 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 30. That is the Empress. That is the Empress. And remember that there is a resolution that we're all trying to get to. Venus connecting to Mars. Venus from Leo connecting to Mars in a positive aspect to Chiron in Aries. Aries is that new journey. It's the new story. But Chiron is the open wound that we need to feel, we need to acknowledge, and we need to work through or learn to live with. Chiron can also speak to Chiron speaks to an open wound, but he can speak to a resolution, finding the key, as his symbol is like a key. But also remember that Chiron was the master of, he was in astrology, he was very, very intelligent indeed, but he was also a master at martial arts, so he was good at war. So we need to go to war. Aries is the war. It's a Mars ruled sign to fight for that new beginning, that potential, that cardinal fire of Aries. Now Mars rules Aries and Mars is in Libra, so he's away from home. He's not helping us, but he will, as he will rev it up, as he's going to enter Scorpio. He also rules Scorpio in a little while, just around the corner. So remember, Scorpio will be about death, that transition. So we'll see what happens. But the Wheel of Fate turns into an ace. And destined opportunities. Remember, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer in the 4th house, works well with Scorpio. So anything that toxic that we're needing to release, this may be a very beneficial time with lots of opportunities coming from Jupiter, from Cancer. But the North Node is also a Jupiterian energy, and that's the fated collective future, right? And the North Node is in Pisces. So the work relative to Pisces, that surrender, that release, that needing to believe in this destined, fated and divine union. Okay, that could be blocked from a karmic other connection, or could be just blocked because someone needs to grow and mature. Some of you may be dealing with someone that is emotionally immature, right? Because I see that you're there already. It's like you're waiting on someone to come to the point of realization, and sort of be curious, be excited about this connection, because I do see that this is a divine partnership and there is a lot of flow between the two of you. Let's see, we've got the Knight of Wands, passionate adventure. Some of you could be dealing with a foreigner, someone that comes from far away, travels. You may have met whilst they were on travel. I mean, even the Wheel of Fate, Fortune, here means that your luck is changing, that this is karma, this is dharma. Remember, Jupiter can speak to separation or coming together, partnering up. And also seeing the bigger picture. There's something that needs to be released. Now, the Knight of Wands could be flirtation. We've got the Page and then we've got the Knight. So the Knight of Wands is action orientated. He wants that passionate adventure. Can he take the next step and be the King of Cups, which would be someone that's emotionally open and mature and possibly offering you their heart on a platter? Or is this person wanting their freedom? Now, Knight of Wands could be someone that's getting jittery, that's getting passionate, and with any fated changes that they're going through, because they could possibly be coming towards an ending. Remember that the Wheel of Fate, Jupiter, can also speak to not only foreigners and wisdom and seeing the bigger picture, but also speaks to legalities, possible separation and divorce. There's the Hanging Man, new perspectives. Maybe your person with a Hanging Man is now, or since that lunar eclipse in Pisces, has seen things from a different perspective. Remember, we've got Jupiter, I should say, at the North Node, which is a Jupiterian, futuristic and very positive node. It's your Dharma, it's our Dharma, is in the sign of Pisces. But Saturn is saying that there's still some release, some work that we need to do. And the Knight of Wands is open for business. He's ready to take action. He's ready to chase. We will see. Let's take some other cards. Let's take the Romance Angels and see what's coming through. What's coming through in love, in this important connection, this union in your romantic lives? What is the potential? Now remember, because the eclipses are on the axis of Virgo and Pisces, Sagittarius and Gemini, they're also mutable signs, so they're not having an easy time of it either. But whatever fated changes are happening, they will help the earth signs and the water signs more. The air and the fire signs are working through a lot of karma, okay, and they will be getting very uncomfortable with these eclipses. Let's see, but remember, we've all got in our chart, we've got the Pisces and the Virgo part of our chart or area of our life, okay? What's really going on? It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So there are fears here, and the devil could also be distrust. I don't fully trust that this is a romantic, equal, emotional partnership, but this person may be with me only for the physical contact, for the sexual contact, right? So there is a little bit of distrust I'm getting here because of this card, of course. Love yourself first. Someone may have felt a little bit betrayed, and this is a betrayal because it's like someone is taking back the energy. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, but love yourself first is saying, don't give your whole being to the other person. You need to keep some love for you, some TLC for yourself, and of course that helps you attract the right partnership, right? Don't become the martyr. Don't be the Pisces individual that gives and gives and then has got nothing left, okay? And then they feel used, abused, and very hurt, okay? Look towards the Virgo part, where Virgo can discern and Virgo will be of service, but when the service is not returned, then Virgo can get grounded and be realistic, as Virgo is an earth sign. Virgo needs to see the money, you know. Put your money where the mouth, put your money where your mouth is. So I need to see, Virgo needs to see the actions, needs to see the practical action from the other, and not just the words or the emotional connection. Trust, it says, this situation is calling for you to have faith. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And very soon, unbelievable, my friends. How beautiful is that? Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, which is telling us that there have been a lot of secrets that are being kept. So you need to have faith. You need to trust that this is true love. And there's strategy here. So I don't know who you're dealing with. They're keeping from you that they're going through a death process. They're in a transition. Maybe the timing is not right and they're not able to share that information with you. Maybe they're just seeing how far your devotion and your emotional openness can be. You could be going through a testing time. They may be having you on test. You could be dealing with that Saturnian individual that's saying, I'm going to put them through the ringer. They need to prove themselves, and then I'm going to open my heart wide open and, you know, embrace them and have them in my life. So each situation will be different. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments, which is telling me obviously there's been some bad blood relative to the past, and that's probably why there could be distrust or a lack of sharing on a completely with the other person. Let's see what the wisdom of the oracle advises in the noun. We'll take another layer. Okay. And we have message in a bottle. And that is something very rare. And it's a number 15. We've got two 15s here. I don't know if this would be talking to, because today is the 17th of September. Maybe something happened a couple of days ago, or could be happening in 6 days from the 17th, so roughly around the 23rd. So after that solar eclipse, or in the time of Chronos, when Chronos permits, because this is like a Neptunian card, and this is Saturn. So Saturn, Neptune in Pisces, possibly there could be some truth that Saturn brings relative to the illusion, the deception, the distrust, when Neptune returns back to Pisces, which will be in the month of October, next month. So you could have lots of revelations then. Message in a bottle, and let's see number 15. Let's read the love portion. You can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there. That's great. Message in a bottle. And if you're not receiving a message in a bottle, you may be by the water, close to the sea, at the beach, you know, when you receive a message. And you may feel like it's something very rare. The way that they communicate, we could say, let's say. Let's look at the emotional secrecy. Because your person is I feel that your person is hiding a lot, unless you can flip the energies. That could be you, where you're not ready to share all the information yet. It could be tact. Remember that no one is dumb enough to not understand that they're being that the other person is not fully open, right? Maybe not the first time, maybe this not the second, but the third time, we all can pick up on the fact that someone is emotionally not fully open and not, laying all their cards on the table. So then this would be like a bit of a teaser, a game. Like, if you're not revealing everything, then I won't. And that's very Aquarian. Very Aquarian. It's like detaching, There's coldness, there's... and Aquarius can also speak to friendships. So some of you are holding on to this relationship. Maybe you've got maybe they have been your friend. Maybe it's a friendship that has got a potential to become a soulmate connection. Because the firm foundation would be friendship. When we get along with someone, if we get along in our daily life, the way we connect, then the next step could be romance. Let's see what's going on. I want to see your person first of all. Where are they emotionally? What are they holding on to? What are they not conscious of? They've got the devil and the bound. They feel restricted and blocked. Now, they are very sexually attracted to you, but they may feel that they're doing the wrong thing. If you're dealing with someone that's very conservative, fixed, that you may be out of bounds to them, or they've got heavy responsibilities, or they work a lot, or your person is going through a release of a karmic other, because we've got the admired card, which is a Plutonian Scorpio energy, and they could be also admiring you from afar or through social media. They are alone. They feel alone, but I feel that they can't really do very much because the challenge is the death process, and they're in a transition. Now, they could be in another karmic connection where they're feeling very lonely as well, but they also may see that you are on your own. You may be flaunting or showing that through your social media that you are alone and hoping to connect with them. I don't know. But we've got mute, and they're not telling you that they feel lonely. They're not telling you that they are bound by some contract. They're not telling you that they've got regrets possibly in not being able to connect with you, whatever is going on. They're holding their emotions and their feelings to themselves. And you're possibly not connecting with them. You're not communicating with them. Now, your person feels very empty, and they feel that about you. They know that you are very much in solitude. Also, there is a possibility that some of you have turned your back on this person, because that's what we see from the feminine. Let's look at you. You're in a winter place, so you feel lonely. You've taken your energy back. You're going through a purging process as well, a transition. So you see, this can speak to both of you. But you're also very nostalgic and remembering the good old times with this person. You're not showing up at all either. The winter card is like hibernation. And it could be that in the winter, all through winter, that you will be going through a major transition. Some of you could be parents as well with the nostalgia here. You think of them as, back in the days when they were more emotionally open, possibly. And some of you may have closed the door on this person, as I said. Even though you want to connect, I feel that you're holding back on your energy and waiting on them to become free, them to take the next step, them to be the elder, the wiser. Let's see what else. We've got divine timing. There's the wheel of fate. The wheel of fate. Divine timing is at play, my dear friends, and karma is being received right now. This is very fated. It shows the palm, and the palm does show our fate and our destiny, but sometimes it's also a stop. It's time to stop moving forward. Received, the prefix re is like going back to fix things, going back to revise, to re-look, to rethink. What's that on? It's on the muse, and the muse, of course, speaks to confusion, illusion, possible deception, or it's like a dreamy energy, like a fantasy or vision that you have about your fate and your destiny. But maybe there's been illusion and deception, and someone is going through a lot of very strong fated time right now. There's the stuck energy. So again, we've got Neptune and Saturn, and there's Pisces with the pause. See, looks like to me what I'm saying, this fate and this destiny could be playing out in the Pisces season early next year for some, because someone still needs to go through what is destined, right? Destined opportunities, though, are coming through. Let's take another layer here and see what's going on. What is this destined opportunity? What is this wheel of fate? And we've got Jupiter twice. Look at what's come through. We've got a universal alignment of the star and the lovers, twin flame connection. It's a destined opportunity which may be coming through in the Aquarius season up to the Gemini season. We've got 2 major arcana, 3. This is huge. This is massive. All right, now the 2 of Cups could also be a soulmate connection that your person is still in, because we've got the lovers here, which is a twin flame as well. So look to that time when the stars will align, the Aquarius season. We're going to have something like 6 planets in Aquarius, which is going to be very, very, a very significant early 2026 in the Aquarius Pisces time. So that's showing a very important time relative to a twin flame connection. Let's see what the deception and the strategy is. Ace of Wands, and we've got the spark. Ace of Wands is a potential here. It's an opportunity. And we've got air and fire. Things could be quite explosive. There is an opportunity here. The Ace of Wands can be like magic, right? It's like a magic wand. But someone needs to be strategic and smart. They're not revealing everything right now about a new opportunity. And this is what they desire. Remember, we saw the Knight of Wands holding that Ace of Wands, and there's the Page of Wands as well. This is a moment where we're going to have like fireworks. I don't know what that will mean for each of you, but let's look at the challenge position with the transition. Yeah, we've got soul searching and the Hermit. Of course, this is Virgo, and Virgo is the solar eclipse. Someone's gone into or will be going into hermit mode, looking at the inner light as how they can transition and move forward, leave anything toxic behind. And maybe this is also the challenge that someone couldn't or didn't want to move. You could see he's frozen in time. And so for some of you, at some point, you may feel like time is stopping, and there's a message in a bottle, a very unexpected message, which is giving you the green light to this true love connection. It could be around the corner. It speaks to very soon. But this is about getting to know each other. Okay? So this will be that emotional openness. And we know Scorpio is very secretive because of Scorpio. You may be dealing with a Scorpio individual where they don't open up easily emotionally. Let's look at the moon. Illusions. Look, we've got the Queen of Wands, confident and magnetic. The divine feminine knows her power, she knows her worth, and she's someone that doesn't sit back. She chases, she also attracts. She's very open about her emotions and her sexuality. But it could be the other person, the Two of Swords, stalemate and indecision. This could also, when there's an indecision, there could be third parties here. We shall see. Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. You could have your rising, your moon in a fire sign. Let's look at the excitement and curiosity. Remember we saw the Knight of Wands as well. There could be an age difference. Let's look at the Page of Wands, the excitement and curiosity. Missed opportunity. Four of Cups. Someone not able to go on that journey because of emotional disharmony relative to where they are emotionally and recently in the past. Let's take one more. Yeah, five of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Cups. This is 9 cups, but that's a split, right? 4 and 5 equals 9. So someone may be turning to addictive behaviors, having a little bit more to drink, eating, binging, trying to make themselves happy because this excitement is like a wet blanket. Someone's still stuck with what they're dealing with in the past, these old wounds. Working through karma. Let's look at the Ten of Wands. 5 of Pentacles, isolated and alone. I feel that both of you are feeling that. And we've got the Seven of Wands, defense mechanism. See, someone's not telling you the truth that they are actually alone. I feel it's your person, mainly. More so. It's like their defense mechanism is to protect themselves. It's as though they've been hurt. They've been hurt before, and therefore their reaction, they could be quite reactive when some of you may be also looking for information, missing information as to, you know, why haven't you been on board, if there is communication, right? Because the Five of Pentacles speaks to big differences where your social standing is concerned. It could be your financial situation, an age difference. It could be someone is single and the other is in a family, or you come from two different worlds. You've got different beliefs, so on and so forth. We've got a 5 and a 7. They're not easy numbers. And maybe your person feels like they need to protect themselves or protect what they've built. I mean, the bear many times could speak to a parent. Protecting themselves and what their personal life, if there is distrust coming from them. So for them, it could be that it's very hard for them to trust and be open about their true emotions, because it speaks to being isolated and alone. Some of you could also be single mothers, and you've got your children that depend on you, and you want to be certain before you move forward if you could trust this person yourself. Let's look at the near future. Remember the Seven of Wands says that you may be called to action. You may have an opportunity. Some information may be coming in that will give you the opportunity to move forward. You will have the higher ground, because the heavy burdens turns into the Ace of Wands, which is also here, and that will complete this Eight of Wands. Some of you could be receiving messages. There could be connection. Remember, we've got the message in a bottle. Let's look at the Six of Swords, which could be the transition going from challenges, fights, arguments, internal conflict, negative thinking, to calmer waters. This could also be possible movement. We've got the Four of Wands, foundation and commitment. It's like a portal opens here towards celebration, towards a coming together, a meeting, possibly. Four of Wands is like the marriage card, but it's also like someone welcoming them, welcoming you into their life, or whatever information is coming in. It could be about a possible transition and ending of a marriage. Let's see. Because swords can also speak to legalities, and your person may have been going through a possible legal fight, if they share children, if they have children, if they share property, obviously. This could be the breakthrough where there's more of a healthy flow and transition. But, this transition still shows us the devil here. So I still feel that there is some time that Kronos is asking of this situation. We've got sharp and assertive, a Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords would be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. This could be a ruling, could be a magistrate. And we see the time, the clocks as well. So in due time, there could be in the time of Libra, where there could be clear and more concise communication, more balanced, more equal give and take where communication and information is concerned. Now, Queen of Swords could also be an ex. Remember, she would be a divorcee, could be a mother as well. Let's look at your position with King of Cups. We've got the Knight of Swords here, decisive action. A lot of information, a lot of clearing out and deciding to speak truth. Deciding to clear away all the illusion, the deception. Knight of Swords is a lot of messages coming in very quickly about, and it could be the King of Cups that's deciding to take action. This could be, you could be connecting with someone that loves bikes. Let's look at the Two of Cups. We've got the concrete ideas, Page of Pentacles. This could be a message of a promise of something more stable, long-term, possibly in the future. Or your person has got it could be a child that's an earth sign. Or this could be a message which promises some concrete ideas as to how to take this relationship forward. This could also be communication between your person and an ex relative to what's going on with the children. This is what they're studying, what they're looking at now. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles, the ultimate achievement, which could be a marriage, which could be it could be the annulment of a marriage, because Ten of Pentacles turns into the Ace. But this promise, this idea, this concrete idea, this message that comes in can also promise that you are on the same page emotionally. And we've got Pentacles, and Pentacles speak to long term, they speak to reality. Some of you may feel very proud about a message that's coming in that does promise something for the future, unless this is your person. This is someone that's could be very driven where career and work is concerned. Ten of Pentacles can speak to abundance, right? Abundance, manifestation. It could be that your person is very heavily weighed down with work, possibly also coming to the end of a possible project that they're completing, which can bring a restart. The Ace of Pentacles shows up logically here. I do get a sense of pride here. This is also talk about the future, who's going to have the kids, who's going to keep what, and they could be coming to an ultimate achievement as to sharing the burdens, splitting the assets equally. This could also be your person being supported by their family. We've got the Two of Wands, planning and decisions. So we've got a couple of twos here. It's like a portal that opens here towards the decision that's made. Someone's made their choice and they've made a decision and they're planning for the future, for looking ahead into the future, right? Two of Wands, it's like they're ready to walk through that portal. What is the obsession in the Devil? The High Priestess, hidden knowledge. See, there's distrust here. Now, the High Priestess can speak to the third party and she's on the Devil. So this, she would be out of bounds, right? Out of bounds. The other woman, she's out of bounds. But also the High Priestess, of course, speaks to the wisdom that comes from within, the ability to see through the veil, connect to spirit. Remember this, she could speak to connecting with source. She holds the key usually, right? And this could be also someone, could be your person that's receiving advice as to the key, how to unlock or how to heal through spiritual connection, through guidance from an astrologer, from a tarot reader. And it could be this Pisces full moon, this lunar eclipse that helps your person have the knowledge, connect to the divine, to spirit, and know how they can move forward. A High Priestess speaks to a spiritual connection as well, possibly a hidden connection, right? Nine of Cups, satisfaction and wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups, another wish fulfillment here. Trust in messages that you may be receiving from your higher self, from spirit, synchronicities, signs coming through your sleep, right? Remember, Pisces does speak to sleep, your dreams, so on and so forth. You need to keep your faith that a wish fulfillment could be in the making, in the future. Let's look at that Ten of Swords, the painful ending. We've got work in progress. There may be a detach or a breakup that you've gone through or that you may be going through. Or you've gone through and someone's ready to do the work now, because that's the Ten of Swords. It's the painful ending, but it's the darkest before the dawn. Some of you could be connected through work as well. And remember, this is a Virgo card, so the solar eclipse says that there may be a painful ending, but will give you the opportunity, as the Eight of Pentacles says, if the work is done, someone's ready to put in the work, the effort. Remember, the solar eclipse is a new moon in Virgo. So if you're seeing someone taking action, not so much about being open with their emotional feelings, right, their emotions. If they're starting to act and provide the service, it means that the door is opening, okay? And we've got the Page of Swords, thoughts of messaging, thoughts of communication, thoughts about children, about missed messages, mixed messages. And of course, this is a Gemini energy. So you could be dealing also with someone that fluctuates back and forth, right? They've got choices. Gemini makes, they have a hard time making up their mind when they're in a dilemma about this and about that, let's say. Let's take one more. And we've got the Three of Swords. So someone is going to be heartbroken here. That third wheel, that third person. Someone is going to be left heartbroken here, because this can speak to a disappointment, of course. But remember, we're not reading reversals. This could be the ending of the darkness, the ending of the challenges, third parties falling away. So, Three of Pentacles and collaboration. You see that they're working as a team. Yeah? Six of Cups, memories and reunion. So it is talking about a reunion, possibly for some. Let's take some La Vera Sibilla. Let's take 3 cards. What is the potential? This is true love, but someone needs to love themselves first, because maybe they were just loving the other and they were being used and abused. You need to trust that the goodness, the compassion, the empathy, and the unconditional love that you've given may be returned. That's the potential with the Virgo solar eclipse. Let's see what the potential is here. We've got Speranza, 8 of Cups. This is a card of hope or fear, a fear of checking out emotionally where someone's been, where they have not found those 10 of Cups. Moving towards the Bambino, which is a brand new beginning. It could be a new chapter in an old story, because it's the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you have been in this connection 7 years, or some of you have got a 7-year-old child, or some of you have been in another connection, a marriage, for 7 years and you've got children. 7 is the number of Chronos. So it speaks to a difficult turn. Right? But you're also, someone is emotionally looking for those 2 of Cups, and they're ready to how can I say it? To invest in a new beginning with you. And there is the L'Amante. This is the romantic offer. Remember, this would be more the Knight of Cups, not so much the King of Cups. Right? So sometimes the Knight of Cups could get cold feet, and he's not the emotional mastery that we want. So this person may need a little bit more time. Remember, we did see a Knight of Wands. We see a Knight of Cups here. So I do get, for maybe 1 or 2 of you out there, that you could be with someone that is ready, that's ready to quickly move towards you. They're making their mind up. They're moving towards that decisive action. But remember, this is an air card. Air, right? We're moving into, all the planets are moving into fire and air, the outer planets, which says that next year, obviously, because now we're in retrogrades, we're still taken back. The old story needs to close up. Someone will be ready emotionally to take the action to move forward. What is this 3 of Swords? On the 10 of Swords, for those of you that a relationship you know has not manifested, or you've been stuck in a rut and doing the cycles again and again, and they're not emotionally mature, then it may be the time to release, as there could be another divine partnership coming in for you. Let's see. There's the Prigione, the Saturnian, 9 of Swords. Someone still has got, you know, responsibilities, blockages. They can't give you what you're hoping for. They're not able to put in the work because they need to be single. Alegria is the 9 of Wands. They're going through a lot. They need to be single. And the masks need to come off, because we've got the competition here. The Nemica is the competition. Remember, we had the High Priestess, and we had the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So there is competitive energies here. Nemica is the opposition, right? But she takes off the mask, and that's the Pisces lunar eclipse, surely. And it's a number 12, which again speaks to Pisces. I want to take one more. We've got the Ace of Cups and a pleasant conversation, an opportune moment for a new beginning around a very positive table. Ace of Cups, self-love and initiation where love is concerned, as long as the masks are coming off. We've got the Dog for Delta, friendship, devotion. 9 of Cups, another wish fulfillment card. Now the devotion and loyalty is, I don't, you know, I hold on. I believe in this. I trust in this. And you know what? We're friends above all. So I'm giving my friend time to prove that they can give me more than friendship. Let's Let's see. Let's get into the head of your person. Let's see what they're feeling. Let's look into their emotions. You know, the dog speaks to long-lasting energies. It's Aquarius in Uranus. And it speaks to success as long as, you know, there's devotion here. There wouldn't be deception as to third parties, right? What's the dog sitting on? Sitting on the merchant. But the merchant is someone that has got their own business. They're an entrepreneur. They could be into import-export or, you know, business, universal company, let's say. This person is really thinking about what they're going to do. Can you see that? Or they could also be nostalgic, thinking about your loyalty, how loyal you've been, because I don't know where they've been, right? There's the Viaggio, and there is physical distance possibly between the two of you. My heart still bleeds for you. I'm not living, just breathing. Don't ever think that I don't love you and that I forgot you. I will always be here for you with open arms. I know we're meant to be. You're the one for me. I'm not in love with you. I have to be honest with you. Obviously, for some of you, this could be the case, but this could also be the release of past partnerships that will make way for this true love and this very soon, this spiritual connection, we can say. I'm coming to meet you. I want to be with you. I need you. I still love you. Please come to me. Unfortunately, I did not recognize you as my soulmate at first sight, but now I see you truly are. Waiting for you to make your choice. I won't be waiting forever. Babe, I love you so, and you bring such happiness to my life. At the bottom, we've got, I was wrong to doubt your love, babe. I apologize. So don't forget to comment beneath the video, not in the chat. Yes, please, so that you can get a personal handwritten love message. I think we'll be taking this deck. As I said, give me a couple of days. So what we see here, we've seen the Nine of Cups twice. We've got another wish card with a star. We've got a message in a bottle. We've got absolutely wonderful opportunities here, but they're coming in divine timing. But there are still blockages. The masks need to come off. Truth needs to be revealed. And we need to go through a painful ending before we can get to that shore, right? And that shore, that new life, that new phase, that new place with that person could be a little bit further in the future, if not even now for some of you. Remember, the timing is very hard to pinpoint. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate it very much. And do consider joining us on Patreon as we're doing the solar eclipse in a couple of days, today, tomorrow. Our little kitty, who we're calling Pandora, I don't know that we can keep her. I don't think we can. She's number 4 and that's too much. But we'll find a good home for her. And she was very quiet for us, so I feel blessed, very lucky that she has had a good nap. She had a good feed. Some of you asked for pictures. We're not handling her yet because we put some special spray on her for lice, you know, and she needs to go through her health checkup before we start handling her. So I couldn't bring her on the table here, but I might upload a picture for you. We're going to give her a bath in a couple of days, so possibly next week I'll have her on the table so that you can meet little Pandora. Okay, so we called her Pandora because you'll see her face looks like a panda. She's got the black and white. She's a black and white kitty. She's gorgeous. And we think she's a girl. We haven't really checked her yet. We think she's a girl, and that's why we called her Pandora. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for connecting with us. Love and light to all of you. Judith, I'm working for you today. So today, tomorrow, you have your reading. Love you all so much. Sending blessings for healing, for your dharma, and for the release of any karma. Hopefully, you've done the work and you will not be challenged by Uncle Saturn anymore. So I will talk to you very soon.